Good morning everyone, my name is Rekaldana Ramadan. I'm from Management International Class 2023 batch. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about recruitment and selection based on book HRM Strategy Chapter 5. So let's continue to the learning objective of this chapter. So we have learned 7 learning objectives in this chapter, but without any further, let's continue to the first material. So, in the LO1, describe the various recruitment policies that organizations adopt to make job vacancies more attractive. Organizations create and use variety of human resource policies that affect the nature of the vacancies for which people are recruited in organization. Characteristics of the vacancy are more important than recruiter or recruiting search when it comes to predicting job choice decision by job applicants. Job applicant will be influenced whether the company promotes from within and the attractiveness of both intrinsic and extrinsic reward offered by the employer. Job applicant develop ideas about the general reputation of firms, its employer branding or image advertising, which then influence expectation about jobs or careers at the organization. So let's move to the learning objective 2. List the various sources from which job applicant can be drawn, their relative advantage and disadvantage, and the methods for evaluating them. So a company's recruitment strategy determines where and how finds potential employees. Using internal resource is often faster and cheaper, while external sources help bring in fresh talent and diverse skills. Companies must choose the right mix of recruitment methods to meet their hiring needs effectively. First, internal source advantage. Faster and cheaper, candidates already familiar with the company culture and boost employee morale and retention. And for external search, and here is the advantage and method. First is direct applicants and referrals. It's cost effective and high interest. And the second one is advertisement, print online or wider reach but costly. And the third one is recruiting or online recruiting, targeted hiring via search engine, blogs, and networking site. Next one is employment agencies, access to specialized talent. The last one is universities and college, fresh graduate for entry level role. So let's continue to the learning objective 3. Explain the recruiter's role in the recruitment process, challenges the recruiter face, and the opportunities available. Recruiters are essential in attracting and selecting the right candidates. Their role influencing HR expertise and job-specific knowledge to ensure effective hiring decision. Key aspect of a recruiter's role is first, candidate interaction. Second one is selection process. Third one, challenges, and the last one is opportunities. So in the LO4, establish the basic standard of selection methods, including reliability, validity, and generalizability. A fair and effective selection process must meet essential standards to ensure the best hiring decision. First is reliability, second one is validity, next one predictive validation, concurrent validation, generalizability, utility, and legality. The selection process must be reliable to be valid, and validity is necessary for generalizability across different roles. In L5, discuss how the particular characteristic of a job, organization, or applicant affect the utility of any test. So, selection utility refers to how much value a hiring methods adds to an organization performance. A more reliable, valid, and generalizable selection methods provide greater utility. So here is the key factor of utility. The first one is job characteristics, second one organizational needs, the third one applicant traits, and the next one is business impact. So in conclusion, companies should invest in selection process that maximize utility, ensuring high performing hires while minimizing cost. So in LO6, list the common method used in selecting human research and the degree to which each method meets selection method standards. Organizations use various methods to select employees, each with strength and limitation in terms of reliability, validity, generalizability, utility, and legality. So common selection method is like in the screen, like interview, behavioral interview, situational interview, reference checks, physical ability test, cognitive ability test, and also personality test, work sample test, honesty test, and drug testing. In L7, describe the various legal requirements in the recruitment process and selection decision. Employers must follow legal and ethical guidelines to ensure fairness and compliance in hiring. Key considerations include preventing discrimination, respecting privacy, increasing accessibility, and clear hiring agreement. Companies should prioritize inclusivity, respect applicant rights, and seek expert advice when necessary to ensure a fair and lawful hiring process. So I would like to continue to the case. So the title of the case is The Impact of Secularism on Employment and Religious Bias in France. So case summary, France upholds secularism as a core national value, strictly separating religion from public life. In 2011, a law banning facial veils reinforced this principle, highlighting the government's stance on religious symbols, while official policies claim equality for all citizens. Research and labor market data indicate significant bias against Muslims in hiring. Unemployment rates for Muslims in France are 3 times higher than national average. Studies show that job applicants with Muslim-sounding names are 4 times less likely to receive interview invitation than those with Christian-sounding names, despite identical qualifications. Additionally, France's employment system prioritizes protecting already employed workers, which disproportionately disadvantages Muslim immigrants and newcomers. In response to discrimination, younger Muslims are shifting away from integration efforts and embracing religious identities through name choices, contrasting with earlier generations who adopted Christian names for assimilation. So here's the first case study question. To what extent is belief people biased by factor, religion, race, gender, and ethnicity anything more than wishful thinking, and what are some of the methods investigators can use to establish bias in this context? And the second one is, rather than trying to blend and integrate into the wider French community, many young Muslims in France are embracing names that clearly highlight their heritage. This phenomenon is increasingly common in many contexts around the world. What does this say about the magnitude of the bias they face, and how do you see younger Muslims reacting to it? And the next one is, how are the cultures of Canada and France different in a way that makes different kinds of sense for why there is likely to be bias in employment decisions? How do you think in other countries share the bias? So, for the first question, extent of bias and method of detection. So, believing people are not biased based on religion, race, gender, or ethnicity can be overly idealistic. Numerous studies from the prejudice still affect hiring and workplace decisions. Researchers attack bias through first audit studies, second one statistic analysis, and the third one is qualitative research. And for the second answer is, younger Muslims in France increasingly adopt or retain distinctively Islamic names, indicating they perceive assimilation effort, like taking on French-sounding names, to be ineffective. By openly embracing their religion, they are effectively challenging the notion that fitting in should require hiding their cultural or religious identities. The shift highlights the depth of the bias they encounter and their determination to affirm their heritage despite potential setbacks in the job market. And for number 3, Canada embodies multiculturalism, which generally encourages visible diversity. Anti-discrimination law and social norms often provide strong legal protection and cultural acceptance for minority groups. in France, upholds scolarism as a core national principle, potentially fostering an environment where religious expression can be seen as incompatible with public life. This can mask or legitimize discrimination under the banner of neutrality. In other countries, biases may center on different factors, such as race in the United States or caste in India, but the underlying dynamics are similar. Certain groups face systemic barriers, whether rooted in religion, ethnicity, or another identity marker. Discrimination remains a global issue requiring both legal and cultural solutions. And And for conclusion, recruitment and selection are crucial for building a strong workforce. Organizations must balance internal and external hiring to ensure efficiency, diversity, and innovation. Recruiters play a key role in shaping job perception and ensuring fair hiring practice. Effective selection method must be reliable, valid, and legally compliant to minimize biases and costs. Legal and ethical considerations are vital for fairness and inclusivity. The case study on employment bias in France highlights ongoing discrimination, emphasizing the need for strong legal framework and awareness. Ultimately, refining recruitment strategies in line with evolving workforce need technology is essential for organizational success. So that's all for me. Thank you for your attention. Thank you, and see you on the next video, guys.